it's Leonora from Nora Jane Fit, and today I am going on to the second part of your weight loss and your health journey, and we're going to look at the how. So, the first video I did looked at the why. Why do you want to get in shape? Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to be healthy? Now, a lot of people listen to that and think, well, why are you asking why for something so obvious? Obviously, if you want to lose weight, it's to improve your health. Not all the time. When you dig down into your why, sometimes you find that they are a bit egotistical, a little bit vague, and sometimes a strong reflection of a lack of self-love and self-respect and self-worth. So I would encourage you, if you haven't listened to that video, to go and listen to it first and then come on to this video where we're going to discuss the how. So now that you have your why should be strong enough to see you through days where you have no motivation to do anything, days where you have no energy, days where you have just literally lost the will to live and you don't care about where you are, you don't want to do anything. If your why is a superficial why, for example, you want to lose weight so you look good, that's a superficial why. That why is not going to be strong enough to motivate you on a day where you feel exhausted and you do not want to exercise, because it doesn't add anything. It's superficial, it's fleeting, right? If your why is a why that you want to improve your health, reduce your blood sugar levels, reduce your cholesterol levels, you want to lose weight so that you fight off a disease, or you want to improve your health so that you help your body to heal, that's a strong why. So irrespective of a lack of motivation, irrespective of low energy levels, irrespective of if you've had the worst day ever, you are going to find the will to commit to your program, whatever that program is going to be. So that's your why. Now you need to look at your how. So how are you going to put things in place to support you to accomplish your journey? Let's look, for example, let's look at it from a holistic point of view. So you want to lose weight, you want to eat better, you want to maintain a healthy lifestyle. What I would recommend to clients, and the way that I do it, is I sit down and I write everything down. So I look at my life as a whole. I know, for example, that I'm supposed to be exercising a minimum of, they say 30 minutes, but really a minimum of 60 minutes per day. And that's anything from moderate to intense exercise. So you're walking, swimming, cycling, participating in an aerobics class, or you are participating in like a HIIT class. You need to just get your body moving. Physical activity, it's your body moving. Exercise is structured physical activity. So you're doing something like a class, as opposed to where you're getting a set of movements with reps and sets, or as opposed to walking, for example. So that's the difference, physical activity and exercise, right? So physical activity every day for an hour. Fine. How am I going to do that? I look at my schedule and I make a note. So from Monday to Sunday, how am I going to structure my day to make that exercise come in? Some people like to get it done first thing in the morning. Some people exercise at night. Some people prefer to do it in blocks. Fit it in however works for you. Now that you've fit your exercise in, you need to make sure that you've got everything that you need to support that exercise. So you've got the proper attire, comfortable shoes that you feel comfortable in, comfortable clothes that you look good in, so you're more motivated to want. And this is where it's okay to be a bit superficial, because if you look good, you feel better, right? So comfortable clothes, comfortable shoes, you've got a water bottle, you've got a route planned out, and you have that time where you're going. And I also recommend that you get a playlist of music that motivates you, so that you will I always say, when I don't feel motivated, I press play. When I hear some songs, I'm like, okay, I need to go exercise, because it pumps you up. Right, so you've got the time set in your schedule to exercise every day. And then now we look at food. So the simplest thing to do is just to start with 3 aisles in the grocery store: your fruit and your vegetables, your fresh herbs, your whole foods, so like your grains, your oils, your cold pressed oils. And then you can look at things like your meat, but I'm going to keep that as an optional, because I prefer to start vegetarian, just to give the body and the digestive system time to heal and recoup. And you're going to go through your kitchen cupboard, your pantry or whatever, and you're going to get rid of all the chips, all the biscuits, all the chocolates, all the sweets, all the wines, all the sodas, all the added drinks, all of that stuff that you know you should not be having. So once you remove temptation from your home, it's not there. So there have been times when I have woken up and I have had a serious craving for like something sweet, and I go in the cupboards and there's nothing. I have to cook all my food and it drives me mad. And then there are times when I am not disciplined, like sort of like now when we're in lockdown and like I indulge a little bit and I bought biscuits and it's there. So when I want something, I just go, and it's not good. It doesn't support your journey. So get rid of everything that is going to be a temptation, and then you're going to fill your home with fresh fruits and vegetables. If you do not like something, for example, if a fruit or vegetable makes you feel sick, then okay, exit. Put the fruits and vegetables that you like. You want them to be fresh or frozen. Frozen I tend to stay away from, but it is depending on how it's picked and manufactured, and if it's frozen immediately after picking, has a higher nutrient content. Avoid tins and cans and things like that, or prepared fruit that's soaked in syrup. No. Fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, and then your meat should be organic meat. So your chicken, beef, I would stay away from pork, but chicken, beef, I don't eat lamb either, but if you eat lamb, all organic, all grass-fed. Your fish, wild caught or line caught, not farmed. And your milk should be plant-based milk. You want to reduce inflammation in the body, and milk tends to make the body produce mucus, which then increases the inflammation profile of the body. So plant-based milk, literally with the nut, like the almond nut and water, oats and water, cashew nuts and water. No, you don't want to find too many ingredients in your milks. And then your whole grains, like your rice, your oats, things like that. You want your beans, your peas. You want to make sure that you're soaking that for 24 hours minimum in an acidic base like apple cider vinegar to remove the phytic acid barrier, which is an anti-nutrient to your food, and it also allows you to be more to allow the food to be more digestible. So I'm going on a little bit there. That's a lot of information. So basically, fresh fruits and vegetables, organic meats and fish, and your whole grains you're soaking, and you're avoiding you're avoiding dairy. So cheese, which I've come off, which I love, butter, which I love, things like that. You're coming off of it, going plant-based. And you are avoiding microwaves, you are cooking your food fresh, you're likely steaming, grilling, baking. You're not boiling your fruits or vegetables, so you're maintaining as much of the nutrients that you can there. Then you can go on to something like smoothies. So you're buying lots of things like bananas, mangoes, pineapples, berries, avocados. Those make great ingredients for smoothies, and apple juice is a fantastic base. So in a nutshell, that's the basis that you should have for your food for healthy eating. Drinks, you're going to have organic herbal teas, fresh water, water kefir, kombucha, which are fermented drinks, nothing but sugar added to it. Even if it says no added sugar or sugar-free, those are definitely the ones to stay away from. You make your own juice from scratch, orange, lemon, lime juice, or you just have water with lemon added to it. Avoid alcohol as much as possible on this journey. Plain coffee if you have coffee. Nothing with sugar, no lattes, cappuccinos, with any fancy stuff there unless you make it yourself. And you will find that in no time you're losing weight. You'll also find that if you're listening to your body, doing intuitive eating. So if a lot of people say, I must eat breakfast, no. The breakfast industry is like $1 million, if not billion dollar industry. You need to listen to your body. Breakfast is breaking the fast. If you're not hungry, then you do not eat. Your body uses food as energy. If your body does not need the energy, it won't ask for it. Simple. I've had clients who are like, oh, I eat breakfast. I force myself to eat breakfast and I don't feel great. I can't lose the weight. I say, stop breakfast. You don't need it. If you're not hungry, then don't eat. They follow that, like that weight starts falling off. So listen to your body. When you are hungry, eat. And you will find that your body responds well to that. And also with this journey as well, when you are tired, rest is so important. It's when the body repairs and rejuvenates and heals itself, when your muscles get time to grow and rebuild. It's when healing happens. So sleep as much as possible. And I also say nap. I still nap. I love a nap. Sleep as much as you need to. You'll find that you're losing weight like that. It's the way to like sort of like put the it's like adding coals to the fire, where it speeds up your body's metabolism, napping, and then keep your stress down. So your how. Fitness, you're doing an hour per day of walking or any gentle exercise. Your food, you're sticking with organic as much as possible. Look at farmers markets or farm shops, support local farms, fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, organic meat, no dairy. Try and reduce your meat consumption, and you're soaking all your oats, all your grains before you're eating. And your herbal teas, your no sugar, things like that. Try to avoid coffee as well, I should say. You are sleeping as much as you can. and you are reducing your stress, which we'll talk about in another video. I'd also say this seems a bit overwhelming, that you can enlist the support of a good personal trainer / nutritionist or a life coach to help you plan everything. I'm quite happy to put a structure on a blog, maybe if this is something of interest for you guys, a rough outline as to how to do that. But your how, you need to sit down and work through your how yourself. How is this going to fit into your lifestyle? How are you going to make this something that's sustainable long term? It's a part of your life. It becomes habitual rather than something that's short term and you're doing it for like 6 months, because it's fleeting. There's no point putting all that effort into something where after 6 months time you're not doing it anymore. So figure out what works in your lifestyle. How am I going to exercise? When am I going to exercise? What am I going to do? How am I going to eat? What am I going to eat? When am I going to eat? And then you want to look at your body, look at the foods that your body responds well to at this time. If you feel quite tired, if you're bloating, if you're not having regular bowel movements, that is a clear indication that your body is not liking that food. It's not processing that food properly. You need to X that. So this is your how. The how, I think it's quite a long step. Again, I would encourage a journal to write everything down, and you figure out how this becomes a part of your lifestyle. Write everything down, work through the barriers to it. If it's like financial barriers with being able to afford organic food, if it's stress, you've got a lot of stress, if it's time, all of these things are going to impact you sticking to a program and making it part of a lifestyle, a way of living, so to speak. And it's okay if you identify those problems, because where you find a problem, there's always a solution. So that's your how. I might add on to that in another video because I feel like there's stuff there missing. And I will also add on your how to start with decluttering your home, because by decluttering your home, you allow for more energy, positive energy to flow. I'm a strong believer in having a good energetic space. So whenever I feel like there's a time for change, I get the bin bags out. My daughter knows that when I have a bin bag out, it's time to declutter, and I declutter everything. I go through every room, every drawer, under the bed, everything. Kitchen cupboards, I declutter. I get rid of all the crap. Anything I know, and you will know, because you'll just feel it, what is not going to save you at that time, you get rid of it, donate it to charity or somebody who can use it, and you just get rid of it. Keep your space as clean, as clear, as fresh as possible, and you'll find that that supports, somehow it works in supporting your goals, like the universe, God, spirit, source. It supports you when you do that. They say cleanliness is next to godliness, and for me, a good space is just, it's amazing in helping you have the right environment to support what you're trying to achieve. So I think I'm going to stop talking because I don't like to leave really long videos. And that is your how. How are you going to achieve your why? By putting an action plan into place, identifying the barriers, and making a solution around that. I hope you've enjoyed that video. If you have, please do like and subscribe to my channel. Any questions or comments, I am on Instagram at NoraJaneFit1, and I'm also on Facebook at NoraJaneFit, and also here. Any questions or comments, do get back to me, and I will get back to you. All right, have a good one. Take care.